Good day, students, and welcome to Mathematics in Action. I am Tashane Williams, your teacher for today. In today's lesson, we'll be focusing on geometric shapes. Our learning objective for today is to identify geometric shapes in natural or man-made objects. Do you know what geometric shapes are? Do you even know what they look like? If you do, that is fantastic. Now, before we begin, let me tell you about natural objects and man-made objects. Well, natural objects are the things found in nature all around us, while man-made objects are those made by man or human beings. So, boys and girls, geometric shapes can be found all around us, both in nature and in man-made objects. Boys and girls, I know how smart you are, and as such, I want you to explore with me some geometric shapes that are found all around us. Now, geometric shapes are closed shapes, which means it is enclosed by a boundary. The boundary is usually made up of straight lines with points or curved lines. Here we have a circle, a triangle, and a square. These are just three geometric shapes that can be found all around us. Can you identify anything in your home or in your school that looks like a circle, a triangle, or a square? Think about it. Can you touch something right now in your space that looks like a circle, a triangle, and a square? If you can, very good. Let us now look at some more objects in nature. Can you identify the circle in the natural environment around you? If you can, very good. Some objects in nature which we can match with the circle are the Earth and the Moon. Do you see its circular shape? Very good. Keep up the good work, boys and girls. Let's now take a closer look at triangles in nature. Some objects in nature which can be matched with the triangle are the pine tree or Christmas tree and the top of a hill that looks like a triangle. Can you see its pointy top? If you look closer, you will see that the outline of the Christmas tree or the outline of the top of the hill looks like a triangle. I am sure that you can identify other things in nature that looks like a triangle. Can you find something in your home or school that looks like a triangle? Girls, I am impressed with your work so far. Now that we have explored geometric shapes in the natural environment, I want you to now take a closer look at man-made geometric shapes in your environment. If you look closely, you will see that the sign on the bathroom door looks like a triangle. You will also notice that the frames that are hung on the wall also look like a triangle. I have a clothes hanger here. Do you have a clothes hanger in your home? Does it look like a triangle too? Take a closer look at the bridge. Do you realize that the sides of the bridge has the outline of a triangle? If you can identify all these shapes, you are indeed a superstar. Excellent work so far, boys and girls. There are other man-made shapes in nature. Take a close-up look at the buttons on your shirt. Do you see a circular button? Very good. I want you to now turn your attention to the traffic lights. Have you ever been somewhere or even stopped at the traffic lights? Do they even look like circles? Sure they do. If you have, very good. These are other man-made shapes in nature. Now, boys and girls, let us turn our attention to the square in our environment. Now, I want you to tell me what you think this object is. If you said it is a Rubik's Cube, then you're indeed correct. Now, I want you to identify the white squares. Can you tell me how many white squares are on this Rubik's Cube? If you said 9, very good. So we have 1, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 white squares. How many blue squares can you identify? If you said 9, you are indeed a superstar. Very good going, boys and girls. Can you identify any other square on this Rubik's Cube? Let me give you a second to think about it. Use your finger to touch the screen and draw along the outline of the square. I'm waiting for you to do this. If you have done this already, let me take your attention to what I'm doing on screen. Now, look at this bigger square. Can you see my outline? Did you use your finger to outline that big square? If you have, very good. Keep up the good work, boys and girls. Boys and girls, I am excited for you. Now that you can identify geometric shapes in your environment, both man-made and natural shapes, I want you to turn your attention to this activity. I'm sure you can identify all the geometric shapes in this picture. Feel proud to show your mommy and daddy all the geometric shapes that you have found. Use your finger to outline the geometric shape that you have found. Can you identify the triangle? If you have, very good. Can you now identify the circle? Well done. Boys and girls, how many squares do you see? Let's see how much we have learned today. Shapes can be found all around us. We can identify circles, triangles, and squares in nature. Do you remember how to do that? For example, when we look at the outline of the Earth and the top of a hill or even a pine cone tree, we can see clearly that the outlines are of a triangle. What else have we learned today? We can also identify circles, triangles, and squares in our environment that are man-made. The picture frames, the windows, the doors, the outline of the sides of bridges, the shape of a pool are all objects that we can identify. All these shapes are made by human beings. Impressive job, boys and girls. You have been a fabulous sport so far. Boys and girls, even after this video, after this class, you may continue to identify shapes in your homes. Continue to identify circles, both that are in nature and that are made by man. I want you to also identify triangles in your home and in your environment. And finally, can you identify some squares in your home? I bet you can. Until we meet next time, thanks for tuning in and a job well done. Bye for now.